So it's no secret that Void 3.0 has been absolutely busted for every class, but for me, I personally think the Titan has gotten the biggest buff here, mainly for the fact that artifact mods that are currently in the artifact near the end of it, mixed with different aspects that we had that used to be kind of just like staples of the class itself, have been absolutely buffed to high hell. First off, the artifact that we're talking about is Volatile Flow. This essentially turns your void weapons into volatile rounds. Volatile will stick to the enemies, causing them to be ticking time bombs walking around the map, so whenever you kill them, they then explode. Now, mixed with Controlled Demolitionist, that's now an aspect, used to be just a regular ability for Titan, especially for the Code Commander, essentially makes it for whenever you hit an enemy that's affected by Volatile, they're just going to immediately explode. Now, constantly applying this to enemies after they explode, mixed with just constantly exploding them, makes it into a perfect synergy for support, while also doing insane damage to mobbing scenarios. Now, this is no different than anything that anyone else has been doing right now. We have a lot of people that are making some pretty cool comprehensive builds with this, especially my homie Charlie99. Make sure to check out his channel. But I decided to take it a little bit step further and mix it with Osmosis. Now, Osmosis is a primary kinetic skill where essentially it turns whatever your grenade element is once you get a kill into damage for your primary. So right here I have my Fatebringer. Essentially will turn it into a Void Fatebringer, which is really awesome for the fact that whenever I pick up a well, I'm going to get those volatile rounds and be able to just absolutely decimate entire crowds of people. And also the fact that I have Adrenaline Junkie on this, so it's not only going to just boost up with volatile rounds, it's also going to get boosted by the damage from that. But it just makes this into an absolutely stupid setup that can be abused with any type of Osmosis weapon. If you're using a Judgment, a Last Breath, and name a couple other ones if I even knew which ones to pick, but essentially Osmosis with volatile rounds is kind of busted. Now, you definitely want to be swapping around to different weapons during this, but it's not too hard for the fact that you're constantly going to be able to get your grenade energy and your melee energy while using the Heart of Inmost Light. This has essentially become the staple of every Titan right now, just for the fact that it turns you into an abusive force of melee, grenade, and ability energy all around. I mean, essentially, I never stop using my abilities with that exotic, and it makes it even better when I'm able to pull out a Fatebringer and do it with that as well. Fatebringer has been one of my favorite weapons for the longest time, so the fact that I held on to this Osmosis Adrenaline Junkie roll on it, and now we're able to just decimate battlefields with it, is just so freaking cool. Now, again, remember, whenever you swap off the weapon, you're going to lose that void energy on it, so make sure that you, one, get a grenade kill, pick up some wells, and then just start shooting away, because guess what? You're going to just absolutely decimate everybody around. It's just going to just turn into an entire wave of bombing enemies. Now, you can do it with Osmosis, you can do it with a regular void weapon. I also have a corrective measure on this setup just because it's fun to run around with an LMG that has void rounds and is just going to absolutely melt everybody. But also the fact that you can use other things like the funnel web that everyone's nice and hot and horny over right now. I like to use the Gnawing Hunger. I just like ARs all around, so it's always been a favorite of mine to use for this Volatile Flow build. But this setup, essentially all you're going to need to do is Well of Ordnance, Melee Well Maker, Volatile Flow. Obviously, you can do Bountiful Wells just to get some extra wells off of it. You can use Explosive Well Maker if you want. But all in all, it's not too hard to make this setup. Now, when it comes to the skill tree, we essentially need to talk about what super you need to use. I like to use Ward of Dawn. It's easy just for the protection that you get for it, and then it also works perfectly with Defensive Bulwark. You can use Sentinel Shield if you want to be like a little bit more defensive and run around with the shields, but essentially if you're wanting to take as much of an advantage of Volatile Flow as possible, you need to go Ward of Dawn. When it comes to your charged melee, definitely use Sentinel Shield. You can use Shield Bash if you want, but you're just not going to get it up as much. And also the fact that whenever you hit an enemy with the shield throw, you're going to get that overshield. Fun fact, that overshield does apply Controlled Demolitionist Volatile to enemies whenever you hit them, so you're going to be able to keep that up. It just has a better flow all in all, if I had to say so. Grenade-wise, Void Wall, it's one of my favorites. When it comes to aspects, it's obvious you really need to go Controlled Demolitionist. That's the whole point of half this build. I don't really feel like I need to explain much of that, especially if you are a previous Titan. You're already pretty familiar with Controlled Demolitionist, but again, remember, constantly applying Volatile to enemies, them exploding is going to heal you, not only you, but your teammates as well. So again, this makes this entire setup perfect for not only solo, but also team-based activities. And again, I think Offensive Bulwark is the absolute choice. It combos the best with not only having your overshield up from doing shield throw, but also from using your Ward of Dawn. So keeping that kind of flowing will constantly make you throw grenades, which grenades are going to create wells, and then you're just going to have the best overall synergy that you possibly could have. When it comes to fragments, you definitely need to go with these 4, if I had to be honest. Undermining, Echo of Expulsion, Echo of Provision, and Echo of Exchange. All these are going to essentially just make sure that you're, 1, debuffing enemies, constantly getting energy for your grenade from using melee, and your melee from using grenade, and also just being able to, all around, just be an absolute dominant force. It's just crazy that these fragments are so, I mean, first off, great, all in all, but the fact that they're so applicable with not only our grenade, our melee, but also now, obviously, with Volatile Flow. It's just kind of crazy how much damage you're able to do with all these different fragments comboed together. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, Osmosis, pretty cracked. I'm definitely going to be testing out a bunch of different stuff here. Saw that apparently enhanced 1-2 punch with Peregrine Greaves is absolutely busted, so we're going to be trying out a build with that here soon. Definitely want to make an absolute tank build as well. I've been seeing there was apparently like a stealth buff apparently to the Ursa Furiosa. Well, not the Ursa Furiosa, the Sentinel Shield, which obviously comboed with Ursa Furiosa is going to make it absolutely insane. So we're going to be checking out some of that here soon, so just be sticking by the channel. Make sure you follow me over on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at Byrdman778. Definitely give a thumbs up on this video. It helps me out so much. And make sure you're using code BYRD at GFIL checkout for 10% off. Guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a great night, day, or whatever it may be.